I don't want to feel like a used car salesman. I'm afraid of being rejected. Talking about money is uncomfortable, but I really want to make sales. I hear you. And you know what? You don't even have to be pushy or have uncomfortable money talks. When I started online, I didn't know if people would even want my main skill at the time, advertising. So when I saw a woman asking advertising questions in an online group, I went for it. You can tell how new I was from my message. Hey, I saw you were asking questions. I promise I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I do this in my job and I'd be happy to answer all your questions if you would be willing to answer a few market research questions in exchange. After jumping on a call and doing just that, I continued answering her questions via email for 2 weeks. One day, out of the blue, I opened my inbox and see another email from her. But when I open it, it's not another question. I still remember that email so vividly because it was such a surprise. You've helped me so much for free. I know I'll get way more out of hiring you. How can I do that? Now, it's not just what happened, but what I was thinking at the time. I didn't really even believe anyone would want to hire me, so I wasn't trying to sell anything. My mind was that, oh wow, someone actually cares about this. So I had to say to her, literally, please give me a week to figure out something that would be fair to both of us. The next Saturday, we get on the phone. I'm so nervous, I sweat through my shirt. But she doesn't even take a beat when I say $5,000 for 6 months. About what I figured. Sounds good. I know the only reason this happened is because I was not trying to make a sale. After I realized that, I completely changed my mindset. Now, when I'm having a sales conversation or writing a sales email, I'm thinking about how I can help this person and if I'm even the best person to help them. It's not about hoping someone's going to buy from us. It's about having that other person's best interest at heart. So now we're on the same side of the negotiation table, trying to solve their problem together. There is a catch though. If the best solution is that that person doesn't hire you, you have to be willing to say that too. I get it. In the early years of my business, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense, but I need to make the sale. I know it's hard to grow a business, but I promise you, a bad fit client is never worth it. If you can make your peace with that, your sales conversations moving forward won't even feel like you're trying to sell. They will feel so much better like a problem-solving session where you come to a solution together. You'll also make a lot more sales too, combined with this next subtle but so impactful tweak to what you say. High five to that. Now, this is not about smooth talking. In fact, you can probably tell I am the opposite of a slick talker. In fact, early on in my business, I felt so uncomfortable with sales that I hired a sales coach. She had me walk through how I was doing my sales conversations while she pretended to be a potential client. When we got to the part of the investment, she raised all these common objections like, I can't afford it, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my partner. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. She started laughing afterwards and she told me, I've never seen anyone make as many sales as you without knowing how to handle a single objection. She taught me and now I know, but I still don't handle objections because I didn't realize it, but I was essentially handling any objections before they even came up. How was I doing that? Not because I'm a sales genius. It's actually pretty simple because I'm good at the thing that I help others with, just like you are. So when someone comes to me with a problem that I can help them with, I can quickly visualize exactly how I'll help them. Let's say someone comes to me and their business is stuck at $20,000 a month and they just cannot figure out why. But I can, and I will tell them why. I'm not trying to keep that a secret unless they hire me, because what I'm doing is mapping out with them how I'll help them solve that problem. Like, you aren't able to scale because your systems are losing you sales here, here, and here. So no matter how much traffic you get, it doesn't matter. In month 1, we'll fix those leaks by tightening your messaging, adding a high-value incentive to buy earlier, and improving your copy. In month 2, we will double down on traffic, and I'm thinking SEO would be the best fit for your business and industry, and we'll see what your baseline conversion is. After 3 months, we'll look at your data, use it to optimize conversions even more, build out your back-end marketing and sales so that we can bump up your revenue per subscriber by at least 15% based on what you've shared. Note how I'm not coaching or giving free advice, but this is just as valuable because I'm literally showing them how I'm going to help them so that they can see I know what I'm talking about and I am not BSing them. That's when they'll think, oh, this is why nothing else has worked for me before, and this is the first time someone has been able to actually identify the problem. Now they have a plan that they can actually believe in, and they know how your product will help them specifically. That's what makes this sales at its best, because I truly believe that anyone can succeed in business if you're willing to lead by caring and helping others. The 2 tips I shared so far will change the feel of your sales conversations, but this 3rd tip will make the biggest difference with eliminating rejection. In my first few years in this business, I became known for doing these big live launches. These were essentially virtual events that were 6 weeks long and included a 10-day live challenge, a lot of live streams, a lot of webinars, and basically made it kind of like a party that would sell my flagship program employee to entrepreneur. These launches would bring in close to 7 figures, so obviously they worked pretty well. About 4 years in, I started feeling like I was ready to figure out a different way to sell my program because the launches were amazing, but they were so much work. So I started testing all these automated webinars and emails, but I was really stumped because same program, same testimonials, I had the same sales and marketing skills, which were pretty good by then. But the program just wasn't selling the same way it had during the live launches, and I had no clue why. You might be thinking, duh, Luisa, can't you tell what's going on? No, I couldn't. It took me a few years to crack the code. Basically, it takes 3 things to make a sale almost a sure thing. First, the customer has to be ready. There's not that much you can do about that except try to be available and top of mind for when that person is ready to buy. But the other 2 are absolutely within your control. Number 1, you have to make it clear you understand your customer's problem and have the solution. This is direct marketing 101. Number 2, the know, like, and trust factor. Some people will buy from you simply because you have the best solution to their problem. They trust you, but they don't really care if they click with you or not. And that's totally fine. But a lot of people also do care. And I think those are the best customers anyways, because they're buying from you not just for your product, but for you. The way you get people to care is simply by sharing content that allows them to get to know you and what you're about so that they can get to know, like, and trust you. I was doing this naturally during my live launches because of all the live engagement things I was doing. But once I switched over to automated marketing, I lost that, and it made all the difference. Make the sale before the sale. The better you can do this, which is basically just marketing, the easier and faster and rejectionless your sales will be. But I bet a lot of what you've heard about marketing is wrong. Here I break down what actual research proves works so you can stop wasting time on marketing that isn't working and make more sales.